Hello, and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm your host, Cortney Bloomer. Today's show is brought to you by Sassafras and their Sassabration coming up in July. Sassabration is a festival of equality and community held at Sassafras Restaurant. Go check it out. There are going to be food and booths and all kinds of fun. Sassabration is coming up. Our guest on the show today is Ken Farley. He's here with the Levitt Amp concert series taking place this summer, once again for a fourth year at the Brewery Arts Center. Welcome, Ken.
Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the show.
Levitt Amp concert series is now becoming a summer tradition here in Carson City.
Absolutely. Our fourth year, we're really excited about that. In conjunction with the Levitt Amp, they sponsor the concert and give us the funds to get started on what a great series that it's been for Carson City.
It has been, and it's really unique because Carson City makes this possible through the voting process that takes place early in the year each year. And year after year, our city turns up for the voting, and we've managed to win this concert series.
Absolutely, and we're one of the top cities every year, so thank you, Carson City, for doing that. And it's really amazing because we're really one of, and I think this year is the first year, most of the cities are on the East Coast, so representing the West out here, it's great.
And we have a great series planned for this year, opening up on June 22nd with Ancy McLean and the Trailer Park Troubadours. They're kind of a local favorite, and that's going to kick off the series, followed the next week by Jordan T., and that is a really great reggae band.
They do a lot of kind of modernistic reggae stuff, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's one of the things that's really exciting about this year is that coincides with the Epic Rides event that's going on here in Carson City. So what we're doing on that second date for the series is we're working in conjunction with Epic Rides and Todd Sato, their president, and we're kind of cross-promoting everything. So that year, that weekend, it's going to be like a music festival here in Carson City. So you're going to experience the Epic Rides events, go to there. They have a really great band opening. I can't say who it is because they haven't announced it yet, but that we know, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So go to their event, listen to their music, and then come on over for the after party at the Brewery Arts Center for Jordan T.
And people who have been around in Carson City for a few years and have experienced the Levitt series and also Epic Rides now in its third year here in Carson City know that it's busy downtown during that time. They close off the streets. It's like a big party that weekend.
It's going to be a fantastic weekend, and we're looking forward to it. And being able to work with Epic Rides this year has been a lot of fun.
And I think we have a clip of Jordan T.
Absolutely. So enjoy that.
Know you're playing hard to get, acting like I don't see you. I watch you jump the water, waiting for a bite, but I only bite if you reel it. We both know, I know you feel it. Fade to show, girl, just admit it.
All right, so that covers the first 2 weeks of the series, but there are 10 concerts taking place all summer long.
Every Saturday, absolutely. And we actually have 2 Grammy winners this year, so we're excited about that. And we have 2 dates that we usually have an opener and then the headliner. Well, we have 2 dates this year where we actually have 2 headliners, so we're really excited about that too.
We are bringing a lot of talent into Carson City during these concerts. Some of these are groups that have come before as part of the Levitt Amp series, and so they're back again. Some of these are locally famous groups that are coming to perform here, local, regional stars. Some of these are nationally known artists who are coming into Carson City to be part of the Levitt Amp series.
Absolutely, and one of the things about it is we're starting to get that reputation here in Carson City of being a destination, a live music place, and we actually have the bands calling us and want to perform here in Carson City, so it's a lot of fun where we're going.
That is really cool, and Carson City is sort of getting to be known as a great place to be a performer, a kind of burgeoning art scene, and this series is really part of that.
And we enjoy that, and there is a lot of artistic stuff happening here in Carson City, and music is just one part of that and one part of what we do at the Brewery Arts Center.
So on July 20th, Terrence Simeon is going to be here. And I think that's really cool because this is a kind of music that people may not be as familiar with.
Well, and that's one of the goals, actually, of not only the Levitt Foundation, but what we do at the Brewery Arts Center is to kind of bring that diversity here. So, yes, Terrence Simeon is a Zydeco performer. So it's a Cajun music, and it's going to be a lot of fun and something you just don't get in Carson City all the time. So
that's
we're looking
right.
forward to
So,
it.
sort of a New Orleans flair. They're going to be here on July 20th. Let's watch. So that was Terrence Simeon. Cool stuff. And they're going to be here. Again, that's going to take place on July 20th. The following week is one of those special days that you talked about where there's going to be 2 headliners.
On July 27th, we have 2 headliners. One of them is Josh Hoyer and Soul Colossal. So they're actually out of Lincoln, Nebraska, which is kind of a blues soul place, where they have a lot of that type of music. And they've put a modern flair to their music, so we're really looking forward to that. And then after Josh Hoyer plays, if you remember last year at the concert, Remember Jones put on a fantastic show. They opened with a tribute to Amy Winehouse, and then they're an ensemble of tremendously talented people, and they're one of those bands that actually called us and said, hey, we want to come play again. When can you fit us in? And Gina Hill, our executive director, did her magic, and they're gonna finish the show for us on July 27th.
They were a crowd favorite last year. Oh, yeah. They're coming back. It'll be July 27th. We're about halfway through the series at this point. It doesn't stop there.
No, absolutely not. We do not stop. So the next week is August 3rd, and that is going to be another one of those. We're all about diversity at the Brewery Arts Center. So this is a band out of New York City. All the way from New York City is the only all-woman mariachi band, Florida Tolowachi.
Florida Tolowachi, an all-female mariachi group. Very unusual to see an all-female mariachi group.
And also one of our Grammy winners. So they have won a Grammy for what they do. It's going to be an amazing experience for us.
Fantastically talented women who are going to be here. People are maybe familiar with mariachi music, but this is kind of a different spin on it. It's going to be a really cool evening.
Absolutely. Grammy winner right here in Carson City. Don't miss it.
Couple more concerts coming up after that. The Wicked Tinkers are going to be here. And then the series closes with the Levitt.
So the Wicked Tinkers, if you remember last year, we had Angry Bryans, which was a Celtic rock band. So this is probably not quite that intense, but they're a great band. They have a lot of instruments, tribal drums, something called a didgeridoo, which is didgeridoo. Help me out here. I'm from Texas, so help me out. But it's an Australian instrument from the natives of Australia, the Aborigines. So it's going to be really fun and a lot of fun. And the Levitt, so they're closing out our concert series for us, and they are a really cinematic group. So they have a lot of instruments that they're going to be playing with, and along the lines of a Mumford & Sons in the way that they tell their story through their music. So it's going to be a fantastic way to finish out the year.
All right. 12 sort of. 10 dates.
10 concerts, 12 headliners.
12 headliners are going to be coming to Carson City. The fun starts on June 22nd in Carson City at the Brewery Arts Center. Going on all summer long. There's so much happening in downtown Carson City this summer with different events that are taking place. You mentioned Epic Rides, but the Taste of Carson, the Carson City Farmers Market, just all summer long, every weekend, reasons to come downtown and experience Carson City.
Absolutely. And in conjunction with a lot of those events, you can take in Brewfest, you can, like you said, the Taste of Downtown, and then head on over to the Brewery Arts Center on Saturday night because it's a lot of fun.
All right. Levitt Amp Concert Series, it's coming this summer. Thanks so much for being here, Ken.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City, brought to you by the Sassabration event taking place at Sassafras Eclectic Food Joint. Join them for this celebration of equality and community taking place right here in Carson City. If your business would like to sponsor a future edition of It's Your City, please contact Darla at the address shown on your screen. I'm your host, Cortney Bloomer. We'll see you next week.